Okay, I think we're even a couple minutes early, so let's see, we'll wait for people to hop on today. It is 9:28, so man, we are a couple minutes early. So yep, we've got some people. We are a couple minutes early today, Chris. Yay! Okay, we've got people jumping on.
Good morning.
And those are samples of what Chris will be showing us how to make. And they would make an awesome, awesome Christmas gift. Okay, so it is Monday morning. Chris is back with us after having her wonderful vacation.
It was wonderful.
Yeah. And we are memory bound from Ankeny, Iowa. We're right north of Des Moines, right in the middle of really the state and the country.
Yes.
It is a beautiful, beautiful fall day here today. And I think we're getting some heat back today.
I think so too. Yeah. But I just looked out and the leaves are starting to change.
Yeah, they are. It's just beautiful here. Okay, so we'll wait for a few more people to hop on because we are a couple minutes early.
How did that happen?
I know. Katie, I did it right this morning. Yay! I've had to do this quite a bit lately, so I have learned.
Well, and I'm sure it's a learning curve too of what
It
steps
is,
to do when.
It is, but I follow the list
There
that
you go.
Maggie made us, and it works.
Oh,
so,
good.
Let's see.
All
We'll
right.
just kind of pan around here, and I think I'll give Chris the camera.
Okay.
And we will talk about some new product, and then we will get right to Chris.
I got distracted by the beautiful fabric. I need to decide what to make.
Yes, and we should show that because Tim's video was on Friday with all the new Christmas fabric, and the makes were, again, just phenomenal. And we have craft packs in the Christmas, so you can look at everything online. If you have any questions, you can give us a call. If you need to buy, you can buy it a half a yard or a yard. A half a yard is $6.99. A yard is $12.99.
We would probably let them buy 3 yards too if they wanted.
We would. We would. We've got just a little Halloween left. Let's see. We've got a couple packs of this. Will you put some more of that on Notions? Like 4? Thanks.
Is this considered Halloween or?
That's just a number.
Just a number?
Yeah.
But it sure could be used for.
Oh my gosh,
that.
yes. Cutting out those numbers.
Oh yeah.
And I started making my daughter's Christmas album yesterday, and I used that. Well, the Gloria just took that bottle of I don't even Tarot Magic. And I am making some pages in her book out of some of this Christmas fabric.
Oh, wow.
So I can't wait to show you what I have come up with. So this is our Christmas fabric. And of course, some of it's in flannel and some of it's cotton. So, okay, so that's the fabric.
All right.
Okay. So some of the new product that came in, I think it just came in on Friday. It is from LDRS. This is called Yuletide. And I think I'll just open this up. The paper in here is pretty cool.
Well, it's not even Wednesday and we're dumping something.
Yeah, we are. We gotta, it's almost dump day every day. But look how
isn't
vintage
that fun?
looking this paper is. Oh, and that's foil.
Oh, yeah, it does. Oh,
That's
my goodness.
Really cool. I love the old-fashioned Santa Claus.
Yes. That would.
Oh, and then,
my gosh.
Okay, so there's
Isn't that 2 sheets?
3 by 4.
Okay.
It's the same sheet.
Okay, but
3
there's
by
2 sheets of
4s, but then there's 2. Okay, then they go the other way on the back.
Yep.
So you really do need 2 sheets. Yep. And then the poinsettias and more foil. Ooh.
Oh, there you can see it really well.
And some stripe. And some more foil.
Wow.
This is a neat paper. I love that.
Very cool.
Yeah. And then that, and then a stripe
with
the music on the back. Wow. So this is LDRS Yuletide.
Those two would just make a wonderful scrapbook layout.
Yes. Okay.
Wouldn't have to do anything with it.
Okay. So then it comes in a 6x6.
Okay.
And it looks like there's some different. There's that.
That
stripe wasn't in there. There's some polka dots. So you get 24 sheets. In there.
So maybe 2 of each. Do you think?
3 of each.
3 of each. Oh wow.
Yes.
Okay.
And 9 foil sheets.
Oh.
So that's neat.
Are those priced, Diane?
$9.99.
Okay.
The 12 by 12. $14.99, which is really good.
Well, for all that foil
paper. And then we have some icon ephemera.
Okay.
And I'll show you the back of those.
Look at all those cute peppermint candies.
20 pieces
for $5.99.
For $5.99. Yeah, I love that Santa.
Yeah,
I love that Santa too.
Very vintage.
Tag ephemera. And it's got tags and tabs and journaling spots. There's 33 of these pieces.
For $5.99 again. Wow. You could use those for so much.
And then floral ephemera. 36 pieces for $5.99. And all the flowers. So this is Yuletide from LDRS.
That one might be coming home.
Then Kelly, we had gotten a sample of one of these stamps, and I told Kelly that we just had to order these because this is, how about if we start with Halloween?
Okay.
This is called Wicket. It is $16.99, and I'll turn it around and look at all of those stamps. You get 33 stamps.
Oh my goodness.
How fun would these be to make cards, tags?
Oh yeah.
Look at all of those fun little icons. The little
those are
ghost
adorable.
Is so cute. The 31, there's a bat, there's a cat, and then all the verbiage on here too is really good.
I like how some of them are almost don't stamp quite all the way like the nightmare and stuff.
Yep.
Very cool.
There's some definitions.
Yep.
Really, really cool.
Nice.
Love those. Then this is the one that made me stop in my tracks. I love this one. This is called 'Tis the Season. Again, 33 stamps. And look at how fun those are.
Well, especially like you said, for a tag maker.
Oh,
those are just perfect.
Yeah, you can make all your little gift tags.
Yes.
Yeah, there's these little icons. There's definition. There's words. There all the little icons. Can you see it?
Yep. Those are amazing.
Yeah, the Santa sleigh and reindeer.
Isn't that
yeah. So this, you'll see me using this one a lot.
Sorry, people, I zoomed in and out a lot.
Okay, this is called Bundle Up. This is the winter one. This is 31 stamps.
Okay.
But again, it is really cute. The snowman, the boots.
Yes.
The little sled.
And Jan just commented that they would be adorable on envelopes on the out, when you're
Oh my
mailing.
gosh, yes.
Yeah, so cute.
I love the definitions. I'm kind of into definitions. So there's one for cozy, one for blizzard, one for toboggan. Yeah.
Yeah.
Really, really cute.
Yep.
So these are LDRS stamps. We have Bundled Up, 'Tis the Season, and Wicket.
And each of those are $16.99, correct?
Yep.
Okay.
And then we got a die from LDRS Merry Christmas. It is $14.99, and there are 4 dies. So you get the shadow plus the words.
Nice. And it's a nice size.
It is a really nice size.
And
there.
Are the letters connected?
Yes, they are.
Nice. I like that
you
a
have
lot.
to have them connected.
That's always important to me.
So that is LDRS. Then on Friday, we showed the new Elizabeth Craft dies, and Diana over the weekend was busy, and she made these cards.
And she, oh my goodness.
And I grabbed the wrong one.
Oh.
Bell.
I could ding.
Okay, so we'll show this one first. This is really a cool one. I need the one with the birdhouse, please. It's this die set, and it's called Pine Cones 2089. It is $18.99. There's the die, and look at what it makes. And Diana said it was, the pine cones were so easy to put together, so much easier than some of the other pine cone dies.
Okay, and they're just so layered and gorgeous.
I'm not sure what she used on the background of this, but the paper is really cool. Yeah. Oh my goodness, that is so cool. So we might have to have a demo on putting those together.
I think so.
Yeah, that's is really cool.
Her cards
Love
are amazing.
That. Her cards are amazing. And then this is, okay, here's the die set that goes with this card. And it is called Floral Foliage number 1. Okay. And you get the birdhouse, the bucket, and all of the leaves, the birds. It's really cool.
Yeah, it is.
And this one is $21.99.
I mean, the package is cool, but then you look at the card and you're like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
So we thank Diana for making those for us.
Yes.
Then just a quick, if you just want to pan, this is going to be Merrymakers. We launched that on Friday morning. These are just some of the products or the projects that we showed them all except Katie's. These are Katie's gift card holders. So it is now available for pre-order. The kits will be ready the middle of October. Our classes are, I think, November 10th and 11th. It's a Friday and Saturday. You get 6 classes. It is $169.99, and there'll be 2 to 3 hour classes. So you get 6 classes. And then you will have lots and lots of product left. We give you full packages of almost everything that we're using.
Nice.
So will be a great time. I know a lot of you have already signed up. Just if you have any questions on anything, just give us a call here at the store and we can answer them. But this is our second annual Merrymakers. We did Scary Makers in September, and now Merrymakers will be in November. So
I was
just a really fun.
Blown away by your book
you.
Again. Oh my gosh!
And that is a 49 and Market folio that's our base. So
cool.
There's home decor projects, there's cards, there's gift card holders, folio. So covers everything. So, and it's a really fun time.
And then, did I hear something about bonus projects?
We do have some bonus projects. For sure, there'll be some tags. Then beyond that, the bonus projects haven't really been made yet.
Okay. Well, but you've got extra stuff.
Yeah. So. Well, you'll have lots of extra stuff. So, we will.
The things that the makers did with the Scary Makers with their extra stuff that they've been posting has been amazing.
I know. We love to see you guys' pictures, what you come up with. Okay, so I think that's all the announcements.
Chris Turner says, is there a layout? And I may have missed the original.
For Merrymakers, not yet, but that is one thing on our list to do, a sample of a layout for using the Tissa seasons. So we had talked about doing a bonus project for a coaster, layouts, tags, and then beyond that. It just depends on how much we get done.
There you go.
So,
all right. I'm going to hand that back to Diane.
On to Chris. And when she brought this project in for us to look at, we said, oh yeah, This is going to be really a great Christmas gift idea.
Well, and I, started thinking for people who are more organized than myself, who like to get their birthday cards made ahead or their Easter cards, you could do this in any holiday.
Oh my goodness, yes.
Fill it with cards and put it on the shelf so you're ready to go. This was the one I brought in, so it's kind of, it was my prototype.
Yeah.
But it's just a little box that you can fill up with cards, and I'll show you the one my second one.
And how many cards fit in it?
12.
Wow.
With envelopes.
Oh, wow.
And
you can make it different sizes, I'm assuming.
Well, you probably could if you're smarter than I would just have to do
engineer. You'd have to re-engineer it.
Yes.
But
the only issue is your base is made out of a 12-inch paper. So you would just have to glue someplace and, add on to it.
It can be done.
Yep. This one, I said, let's try a magnet. So I did a different closure on it.
They've been waiting for you to make something.
Oh, well, I've been on vacation a lot. I'm sorry. I've been having fun.
And I love the craft.
Well, I don't know why I'm such a craft person all of a sudden. Well, not all of a sudden, always.
Me too.
So I have 6 cards on each side.
Oh.
With the envelopes. And Wednesday, I'll be back, and I'm going to show you some of the cards that I made with the 3x4 cut-aparts. So when Diane opened up that package, I was like, oh, darn. But I'll definitely show you this one, because this is one that years ago, before I started working here, I took a card class from Janet. And she showed how to make a perfect little gatefold
Fun.
out of 2 card bases so that they always match up. So we'll do that one, and then this one that just like a little different way to do it.
I love the colors.
Wow. We looked at this.
Yeah,
and we
did look at this together, and
we were like,
you did an awesome job.
Well, thank you.
Wow.
Just, using your liquid accents and stuff where you can really jazz them up a little bit. But
and I love that color of green you put with it, the lighter color. Wow.
Well, and it's just the back of one of the pages, which I'll pull those all for Wednesday. But just to give you an idea of what we'll be doing Wednesday.
Okay, so today she's going to show us how to make the box, and then she is back on Wednesday with the cards.
Correct.
And you can, like Shannon said, do it for any theme.
Oh, yeah. Yep.
Anything.
Well, that's why do thank you notes or sympathy. If you're in the mood for sympathy cards, which, it's fact of life. We need them.
Yep.
You could make a
Get
dozen.
Well.
Yeah.
We go through Get Well, Sympathy.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah.
But I thought it'd be cute. You could just put that on the spine.
Yep.
And have your cards on a shelf, and you'd have some made, or you could give them to somebody to hand out.
Okay, so questions.
Yes.
These are A2 cards.
Correct.
You can make it probably A7. You'd have to make the box bigger.
You just have to figure out the box dimensions. You would have
to re-engineer your dimensions, but
Right.
I'm sure it can be done. The 5x7 cards would stick up over the top of it.
I mean, making it taller isn't the issue. It's just that both.
Well, you could use the same dimensions, just make it taller. Because would the width wise, would they fit this way?
I don't think so.
Okay, here's Diana's cards.
Okay. Let's take out,
because we know Diana always makes 5x7 cards. Okay, so this is what. Nope.
No.
Everything would have to be a little bit bigger.
Right. And this piece here is also 12 inches. So you would have to do some figuring.
You might have to piece some things.
Yep, definitely.
I'm sure some of you ladies out there can do it.
All right. Now,
Okay, they love this. There is not a kit, but she does have instructions, which we will take a picture of and Janet will put on the blog.
yeah, I have all the dimensions. I also have before and after of,
Oh, you're so good at this.
well, I like to
could
make it
do
as
slim
easy as
lines.
possible.
Okay, so you might have to explain your stripes and...
Okay, so it starts out a 12 by 6 3/4.
Okay, let's start with this one.
And then you score it differently because when you open it up, you want a mirrored image. And that's why my plaids line up, is because of the way it's scored and cut.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah, if you
use a plaid.
Yeah, or if you use, remember that beautiful Christmas tree that we had with the Christmas trees on the bottom?
Oh, yeah.
If you want those Christmas trees to line up, you've got to do it this way.
Okay.
If you cut them both the same or score them both the same, it's not going to work.
Okay, if you use just a generic or not a pattern paper, solid,
Yeah, you still, if you want them, you don't want to open it up and have one opening here, you know, your opening's going the same way.
right.
So that's why you want to do it
Okay,
that way also.
okay.
But this just is going to show you what we're cutting away and where we're scoring.
Okay, so I'm going to hold it here for a couple seconds if you want to do a screenshot of that one. Okay.
And this is what it's going to end up looking like.
Okay.
I could put it on top. Is that easier for you?
No, I think...
Okay.
Okay, so those are the...
That's going to be one side.
Okay.
And then this is the how it's going to be on the other side.
Okay, so this is the other side. Oh, we have somebody watching from Quebec.
Oh.
Wow, welcome.
Well,
Chris just got back from Canada.
I did. I was in Banff and Vancouver. It was wonderful. Okay, so that's the inside. That's where your cards sit.
Okay.
And it might look like, ooh, but it's not. It's not a big deal.
And we will take pictures of these too, and Janet will put them on the blog.
All right. So, shall we get started?
We've got Idaho. Man, we've got a lot of people watching.
Nice.
Okay. I think we're caught up.
Okay. So, this is going to be the craft base.
Okay.
And all these dimensions are on here,
Okay.
so
let
you'll be fine.
If you want to take a screenshot of this. So these are two different papers.
Oh, well, which one are you talking about?
Well, that's just a question.
Oh, well, the outside is different than the inside.
Yes, so you need two different pattern papers?
Yes.
Okay, two different pattern papers. And the craft base or the black or whatever you choose to use.
And you have to use two pieces for the inside, just because of the measurements, but I'll show you that as we go. So the base is 12 inches by 5 7/8.
Okay, so there's those dimensions. Okay.
And then you're going to score that at 4 7/8 and
Okay,
7 1/8.
these are score lines. Okay.
Which I have that, and I'm just going to set it aside. I've already scored that. Now, for your pattern paper.
Oh, what paper is this? This is gorgeous.
Isn't it pretty?
Okay, this is A Wonderful
Wonderful
Christmas. Can you turn it around so I can see? It is called Classic Christmas Plaid from A Wonderful Christmas, and it's Cartabella.
Yes, and that's what I used on the cards too. You're going to have some of this left over, so I used it and a
Okay.
bunch of other stuff.
Did you leave some for people to buy?
I did, actually. All right, so you're going to need two pieces of pattern paper, whatever pattern you decide. Doesn't have to be plaid. I just am into plaid this year, apparently.
Yep.
The only thing is, you're going to want to make sure you cut it from the exact same spot. So if it had a tree pattern down here, I would want that to be the bottom
Right.
of my box.
Right.
This doesn't really matter because it's plaid.
Yeah.
So we're going to
Good
cut.
morning, Chris. This is what we're going to be making today. She didn't get the notification, so you can go back and watch the beginning of it. Chris is showing us how to make this Christmas. Well, it doesn't have to be Christmas card box.
Card box.
Yep.
So the insides are 12 by 6 3/4.
Did you turn your mic on?
It is on. Maybe I'll flip up.
Okay.
Am I not
you're
speaking
good.
loud enough?
Nope,
Oh,
you're
okay.
good.
So we're just going to 6 3/4. Make sure I got that right. Yep. Sometimes I like to compare next to my template, and I'm like, yep,
You
I'm
know,
right.
she does a prototype too. Like when I'm making a folio from the very beginning, I always make a prototype. That way, you always have it.
Yes.
You always have it.
All right. So now, and on my instructions, I did put watch video for this part because it was just too hard for me to type. I don't do instructions, directions. Oh, no.
We all don't love it, writing
Oh, my
instructions,
goodness.
except Janet.
Yes, thank goodness
clarify
for
that.
Janet. It's like a
Yes.
buttonhole. I said I'd sew, but I won't do a buttonhole. I won't do
Prototypes are very good. Yeah.
All right. So now, first piece.
Okay.
I'm going to score that one at 1 inch. 5 3/4. 6 3/4. And 11 1/2.
And she is using the Caterpillar scoring board, which we have, or the We Are scoring
yep.
board.
I just like this one because the numbers are dark, and the older I get, the harder it is
Yep.
for me to see.
Yep.
So, and now you're going to do a quarter turn,
Okay.
and you're going to score it at 1 inch.
Quarter turn and score at 1 inch. Got it.
All right. So now you're going to. Well, let's do this part. Okay. This is the part that I said, you can also watch if you need to. You're going to take the edge without a score line.
Okay.
You're going
her original score line is over here.
Yep. I'm going to put that to the left.
Okay.
Just so I know where it's at. I'm going to go down. Right now I have the 1/2 inch score line.
Okay.
I'm going to go down 4 inches, and I'm going to make a score.
Just a little.
Yep.
Just
It just
a 1/2 inch.
You're going to go to your 1/2 inch score line.
Okay. Go. Okay.
And then I'm just going to flip it over because I still want the non-scored part to the left.
Okay.
And I'm going to go down. I'm going to score at 3 1/2, and I'm going to that 1 inch score line.
Okay.
And 4.
Really see this very good, but okay, there. Now we can see it.
Okay. So now this sheet is done, and I'm going to put it to the side for a second. And
Okay, then you go to the second
right.
sheet.
And I want to make sure when I'm starting out that I have it the same, that I start the same direction.
Okay.
So I'm going to have this part. See, I've got the dark green here, so I know that needs to go to the bottom. Just make sure you've started at the same point, or have you at top
Okay.
where you had the other one. So now this piece, I'm going to start with.
It might not be so confusing when you see when you actually have the directions in front of you.
Exactly. And I can go over it again if you need me to.
Okay.
All right. So this piece, we're going to start with a 1/2 inch.
Okay.
Five 1/4, 6 1/4, and 11. We're going to do that quarter turn and do 1 inch again.
So that makes your fold on the bottom to hold your cards.
Correct.
The pocket.
Yep.
Okay.
And now we're going to, again,
Your
score lines at
non-score
the, yep.
side.
And we're going to go down 3.5.
Janet said kudos for you for working on plaid.
3.5 and 4. Yeah, it's a little harder to see. I'm sorry. I didn't even think of that. And then flip it over and go down to 4 inches. So on the 1/2 inch side, we're only going down to 4 inches. And again, we're scoring to that 1/2 inch score line. Okay. So that is all the scoring
Okay.
we have to do. I had scored this earlier, just, because it was 2 easy score lines.
And this is actually her base.
This is the
She
base.
is starting with craft.
Yep. Now the fun part. And I cut first, and then this paper has a white inside. So I always like to ink it. I just think it finishes it a little bit.
Yep.
So,
Okay.
any questions before
Nope.
All right. All right.
So can you turn it over and cut on the green? Yeah.
Will that
it
be easier for
shows
people?
A little.
Okay.
Will that mess you up?
Nope, not at all.
Okay.
Okay, so here is my 1/2 inch side.
Okay.
I am going to cut down to that score line.
So she's cutting on the score line.
And I could do it on my trimmer. That's what I did at home. But I just thought it might be. And then I'm going to cut that away.
Okay. Okay, there's your first cut.
And as long as we're down here, I'm going to tab these like I did here.
Okay.
How they have little tabs now.
Yep.
And I don't want to cut too much away, but it's not going to be a big deal if. My hand's in the way, sorry.
Okay, so she didn't cut the whole thing off. You just cut it so you can make a little tab.
Right. It fits better when you go to put it together.
Yep.
You don't have overhang. And I'm going to do the same thing with these.
Okay.
And I'm looking at my thing, cheating a little bit because I made these before I went on vacation, so I have to remember what I did.
Yep.
Okay, now with this one, we're going to go ahead and cut down all the way to the 4-inch score line, but then we're going, let me just cut it. Okay, so we're going to cut down. I'm definitely right-handed. Cutting on the left side is a little tougher for me. Okay. Oh, I just messed that up, but that's all right. No, I didn't. Okay. So I want to keep, I cut down to 4, but I want to keep this here.
Okay, so you only cut off the top part.
Yes. Cut at your 3.5-inch score line.
Okay.
So now, what we're going to do is on the side with the 1/2 inch, we're going to go to the score line that's closest to that side.
To the front.
To the front.
Okay.
And we're going to...
Well, this is how you make your diagonal pockets.
Yeah. I can't see it as well on here for some reason today, but that's okay. Maybe if I get a nice crease.
So she is making the inside pocket, like right there. So this is what we're going to be cutting.
Yep.
Right there.
So even if you have to take a little pencil and make a tick mark,
Okay. Yeah.
it will erase.
Yes.
You know, just make sure you use the right
Definitely.
one. And so I line that up with my cutter, and then I kind of hold it in place, and I move the second one until I get where I need it. And
Right
then,
in that little groove there
Yeah.
where her blade will go.
and then I look again to make sure. Sometimes it just takes a few tries to get it lined up. Okay, now the other thing I always do, I start in the middle. I never start on an edge because otherwise it can rip your paper.
Yeah.
And
That's a good tip.
And if I have to, when I take it off, I can look and see, no, I didn't get it quite far enough, but I just use my scissors because it's better to do that than, okay, so there
is her first diagonal cut.
Yep.
That
And-
will make one pocket.
That one is now done.
Okay, that's one side.
Yep. So now we're going to do the exact same cuts on this one. And like I said, when I'm at home, I go ahead and use my trimmer. I can't imagine someone doesn't have one, but
So Julie, to make the holder, it's just craft paper, so you can just buy individual craft papers. And did you use 12 by 12?
I did.
12 by 12 craft. We do have craft paper in 25 packs. And I will find out if there is a collection pack for this collection. Will you see if there's a collection pack for this A Wonderful Christmas? It's Cartabella. And if there's a cardstock pack too, please. Okay, so she's cutting exactly like you did the first one,
First
right?
one, yep. I took off on
Yep.
the 1/2 inch side.
Okay.
I'm tabbing.
Okay, thanks, Janet. Yes, and Janet always posts pictures on our blog, and you can go back and look at all the dimensions, take screenshots. Okay, what did Chris line up to cut the diagonal? Was it a score line? Yes, it
So-
was.
It would be this score line here is where I line up down to where we cut that for.
So her stripes here means she cuts those off.
Yes.
So if you're looking at this pattern, this gets cut off, and then
On this one,
this gets cut off.
it's going to go away from here. So
Thank you.
from the tip or the inside of there to this score line.
And again,
It's
it
gonna go
might be
away.
a little easier to make a pencil mark
Yep.
instead of just, especially on this paper, depending on your paper.
Right.
So make a little tick mark. I do that all the time.
And
on things.
because this is going to be on green, it's going to be easier when you flip it over on the other side
Oh,
because
yeah.
you're making the mirrored.
Yeah.
So
Okay, so we do have, well, let's, I guess, see how you line it up. So she lines up her one score line here,
Yep.
and the score line down here at the bottom, like right there, to make her diagonal.
and then I go, oh, it moved a little. And again, I start in the middle so that I don't rip
Okay.
my paper.
So the Wonderful Christmas does come in a collection pack, and it is $15.99, and you get all of those papers plus the sticker sheet, and then there is a coordinating solids with this, and it is $6.49, and you get all of those beautiful colors. So Janet will be linking those.
And I used black soot. I could have used gray, but that was the first thing I grabbed out of
Okay.
my
So again, you can use red, you could use black, you could use green.
Oh, yeah.
Any of your favorite browns.
But you can definitely see,
Janet, you're good at describing things.
a huge difference between, I don't know if you can tell that on there or not.
I really can't.
But it just
Yeah.
finishes it, maybe,
Yeah.
would be.
And you know, I can't make anything without inking.
I know, and I used to not hardly ink at all. And
To me, it just finishes it.
Yep. I agree. I'm converted. And some of it doesn't matter, like the bottom of this, after I inked it, I was like, it doesn't matter, it's going to all get tucked in. So mainly it's your top part that you need to ink.
In your diagonal one, your
Yeah,
diagonal
definitely.
cuts
Yeah.
to make the pockets.
Not that you can't go back and do it afterwards, but you run the chance of it getting on things. I guess we could ask them while I'm inking, because, you know, it's so exciting, if I got a wild hair yesterday and made Kleenex boxes.
Yes.
And I don't know if anybody would be interested in
I gotta reattach
doing
here.
those or not, but
Okay.
if so, I can do a demo on
Yeah.
those. I'd probably decorate them a little bit more because, like I said, I just
Aren't
did them
those
yesterday.
fun? She did one for Halloween and one for Christmas.
But it's
Yeah, she is good at engineering stuff.
it's an easy make. And
fun.
so if you're interested, let us know,
Yep.
and
She
we can
can-
definitely show you how to do those.
Yeah, fun.
I
She
was-
does like figuring out how to make stuff, and we are so happy she does.
Other than supper.
Yes, they. You sound like me. Yes, they love those boxes.
Okay,
so that
good.
will be. Katie will be excited that she has another demo planned.
I think, including today, I've got 4.
Okay,
So-
Chris is back.
So now we're just we've got all those score lines.
She's got them all folded.
We're just going to fold them together. Here's what I kind of like to do is make sure, you know, when you're folding it, that the one with the cutout
Is on
is
top.
on top, so that when you open the box, you don't have a raw edge there.
Yeah. Yep.
It just,
That makes
again,
sense.
makes it a little neater looking.
And she's got all those neat tabs that really reinforce when she puts it together.
Yes.
It's just a reinforcement.
And also, when you start folding, then you can look at it and go, oh, I need to
Ink.
ink that part. So it's a good time to kind of figure it out. Now, I don't know what I did without this thing before, but I do love it.
You can use liquid tape or liquid glue on this. You can use score tape. But look how
Definitely.
easy that is to apply the liquid glue to.
Well, and I like liquid because it gives me a little more wiggle room.
Yep.
Um,
Yeah, they really want to see the Kleenex boxes.
okay,
so
cool.
we will get that on the calendar. Katie, if you're still here, you can get Chris on the calendar for that.
and I wonder if I have my ruler. A lot of times at home, I have a ruler standing by, and then I just push on the bottom of it
Yeah.
with my ruler.
Yep.
And I glue this one last, although it's a little trickier, but
But with your precision,
you can get
not.
right in there. And then I try to make sure that it's square. And the reason I leave that tab is because it just looks neater.
yep.
If I
yep.
can fold that.
It's a great finish.
And I ripped my paper because I was taking it apart and going over again. So I'm just going to.
Okay, so we have some questions
Okay.
here and comments. Chris has a great engineer brain. I have a kindergarten brain. This is from Jan. So when we stray off the half, quarter, and 3/4, I am in trouble. There's lots of do-overs. That's why you make a prototype.
Yes.
It's a great way to work out the kinks before you actually start on the paper that you want to make. So,
Exactly. Sometimes I'll just do it with white paper
Oh, that's all I ever do. Or
And-
craft paper.
Yep.
Whatever you have. Marlo, she uses liquid glue to give her a little bit more wiggle worm. If you use score tape, you're done. Once you push it down, it's there. But what you could also do is use score tape, put a little liquid glue on the top,
Definitely.
and that gives you a little bit more wiggle worm room to make sure you're even.
Well, and I just,
Okay.
there's a minute.
Okay.
I don't want that wet
Okay,
there.
don't wipe it on the chair.
No,
Katie's
that's
watching.
well, then it'll be underneath the
Table.
table if Katie's watching.
So that
All
is
right,
why
I need
it's really a preference. Everybody has their preference on whether you're using liquid glue. I use liquid glue on so many things now. It's very strong. I don't know.
Oh, yeah.
It just, I like it. And everybody has their adhesive that they like.
Well, and we were talking the one day how, to me, because my husband likes to do carpentry stuff, not like Doug and all his trees, but glue, wood maker glue, is stronger than nails.
Yeah.
You know, they put the nail in to hold it until the glue dries. So,
Yep. Yeah, Janet has a good tip here. Use white paper for your prototypes, then use a Sharpie to mark all your measurements, your score lines, just like Chris did on her samples here. This is a good way to tell you to cut this paper or cut that paper
Yeah.
off.
well, and if I'm making it for myself, I don't do it, but if I'm doing it for the store, I do, just because I think it's easier to show people. It gives them a better idea. Sorry.
And you can buy our paper that we use in our copier. It's the same price as cardstock. Just call and let us know, and we can definitely. It's not something that we have on the shelf, but it does make good paper
right.
for prototypes.
I have to take
It's
this
a
down.
little thinner than cardstock, but it is available.
My thing got a little too much glue on it. I was too
Okay.
busy talking.
Okay,
Imagine that.
Patricia, Memory Bound will be celebrating their anniversary, yes, next month. It will be 23 years.
Oh, my
October
goodness.
1st, next Sunday, will there be a project or craft kit in the works? You know, probably not. We will have, Kelly and I have to talk about this, but we have a crop coming up next weekend. We've just had a lot going on that our anniversary has actually got put back in the, I don't know, we just haven't thought much about it yet.
Yeah, there's been a few things going on.
But we will definitely be doing something, so stay tuned for that.
And then I went ahead and cut that into a tab, also that 1/2 inch one, just because it needed it. All right, so now you've
Nuvo
got,
glue is good. Yep.
and they're a mirrored image. As you can see, the plaids line up, and that's
Oh, look.
that's
it
why.
worked.
Yeah, that's why you want to
Yeah.
score it that
Love
way.
the way the plaids match. And if you're a seamstress, this will impress you.
Oh, it makes a that makes a difference. Okay, so then I'm going to go ahead. This one I went ahead and stamped.
Maybe it's 22 years, Chris.
I think
don't
it is
know.
22.
Okay, 22.
I think that's what was posted.
Okay, 22 years. I got ahead of myself.
It seems like 23. I used that Sizzix stamp,
Oh, yes.
There.
This is another one of my favorite.
and
It's a definition
you
stamp.
could use this. I'm putting it here in the middle, especially if you're going to give it to somebody. Then you
Oh,
could write
yes.
a little message for them.
Okay, this is called Festive Dictionary Definitions. It is $12.99, and look at all of those fun definitions. So she is putting it in the middle, so that where that red strip is there, which is really a fun idea, is to decorate that.
And you liked the screen.
Yes.
It's the reds on the back.
Okay.
So that's what's on the back of that.
Okay.
Well, I just think it adds.
It does. Anytime
something.
you can add little things like that.
And of
it's
course, you
perfect.
could layer it if you wanted.
Yep. Put a piece of ephemera.
Yeah. Oh, wouldn't that be cute with a little something there? All right. So you just want to make sure that you have them laid out so that when you open it up, you know, you don't want it like that. I don't think. I don't anyway. And I used my liquid glue again because when I set it down, I'm going to want to move it. So make sure it's, you know, in the right position.
Again, use liquid. Use whatever adhesive you like.
Yeah, you know, but for me, because I know I'm not perfect the first shot,
it just gives you some room to wiggle, to move it around, to get it square on the craft paper.
And your biggest thing is just don't go right up to your score
line
because you're going to want this to open and close nicely. And then once you have that laid down, you know, give your glue a bit of a rub so that it's...
Mary, it's just normal craft paper, craft cardstock.
Yeah.
It's nothing, it's no extra, it's not like 100 pound.
Nope.
It's our normal craft cardstock.
And I will say once those cards are in there, it gets a lot firmer.
Yeah, it's and it's fine. You really don't need anything heavier.
No.
Yeah, they are loving this.
Oh, thank you. I'm going to go a little bit further.
Yep. So you don't want to get real close to the fold edge because you want to make sure that it doesn't, when you fold it, that it doesn't go into the fold line.
Exactly. Yep.
Yep. Oh, and look how...
And then it matches.
It matches. It worked.
Woohoo! Don't act so surprised, Aaron.
If I was doing it, I'd be surprised.
Oh, shoot. Okay.
It is a great gift idea.
So the first one I did ribbon, and I think I'll do ribbon again just because it was easy.
Okay, so ribbon for a closure.
Yep.
Or she made a tab with magnets.
Yes.
Right here.
I
want to show how you made that. That's pretty cool.
I was afraid she was going to say that.
I like.
Well, and that I just took a long piece of cardstock, and I found the spot where I wanted it to go to, and then I started scoring, and I scored every 1/8 inch.
Okay.
So that I would get a bend.
Can you really tell how she scored it here? That makes your paper bend much easier than non-scoring. So if you want something like this, score it every 1/8 inch, and it's about what, 1.5 inches
I would
band.
say
I think
so.
it's about 1.5 inches.
And I thought,
and then she put a magnet here on the front.
Right. And I doubled it so that the magnet wouldn't show.
Oh, perfect.
And then there's a magnet under this piece. And if you wanted to, because my thought originally was if I put something like this to score tape it, leave this longer and just push it underneath.
Oh, yeah.
And you could do it that way too.
I mean, that works. It looks good.
Thank you.
Or ribbon.
Or, you know.
Whatever you choose to do.
I'm going to try to get close to the middle, but...
So she is using liquid glue, and she will use that to hold the ribbon
in place.
And you do that before you put your paper on top.
Yep.
Again, you can use score tape.
Well, and I was going to use score tape, but I didn't have it with me today, and...
So she's just using adhesive.
Yep, just something to hold it in place.
Yep.
Let me get my craft mat so I don't get glue on the All right, so now I used my tape runner for this because
And
it was
we
just
all love
easier.
that tape runner.
It's my favorite. Also,
Oh, yes.
I wanted to do each one different because I get bored easily.
These are the new Tim Holtz Christmas dies.
So I used the word joy on this one, and I used this
Okay, the berries.
and the little pine, but I used that copper glitter paper for part of it just because I wanted a little shine on it.
Okay, this is called Desert Sand, and it's glitter paper that doesn't shed.
Oh, it's the best.
And it really, you can't really see the color, but it's kind of bronzy,
Yeah.
a light copper color. Okay, let me go back. Would it hold a couple of paperback books instead of cards? Oh, what a fun idea.
Oh yeah, you just
I
have
think
to,
it would. It would just depend on the size, but what a cute book idea.
Yeah, it would be.
For your book club, yes. With that tool, you roll the paper through. Oh, the crimper.
Oh.
Crimper might work, yes.
Yeah, that's a good
I
idea.
think it will. It is called the crimper, Jan. And I do think that that would work. If you have one of those.
Now, all of this paper is from the same paper line other than that sparkly.
Oh, Janet found the desert sand.
Oh,
Good job, Janet.
You're the best. And I could have inked, and I probably should have inked the craft paper just to give it a little edge.
But you can go back and do that.
Oh, yeah, definitely. And I like the edges to be, like I said, if I was doing this for a different holiday, I would put what it was for.
Yep.
And I think this one, I decorated the front of it before I put the card holders in there, just so I could really push on it and get a good.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
But so
You just
what I end
push
up
down.
doing is I
Yeah.
open it up and push down. So there you go. And as I said, it holds. I have 6 cards
on-
and 6 envelopes on each side.
Yep.
Holds it with no issue.
I love that Mary in the middle.
Thank you.
Yeah. Great idea.
So there you go. That's
And she used craft bases for
Yes.
her cards.
Yep.
Which you can use 8.5 by 11 craft paper, or we do have the craft bases in, what did you say, 125 packs?
125 packs for $9.99.
Yep. And she put white envelopes, which, you know what? It looks good because there is white in the paper.
In the paper and stuff. Well, and honestly, that's what I
Yep.
grabbed. But I didn't mind it at all with it. I think it just adds a little brightness to it, maybe.
Yeah.
But
Perfect.
there you go.
Okay. I think we've answered all of the questions. Do you ever have jamming issues with your adhesive with the Easy Runner? I've never had any trouble with mine. Chris, have you?
Not that one, or not the dots. The little tabs I have, and
you can restring those.
yes, and that's what I did.
Yeah.
I unwound
They're
it and did it.
easily fixable.
Yep. But once I started using the dots, I fell in love with the dots, and that's basically all I use
And
now.
there is 3 different ones. There's the red one that is the strips.
Yep.
The blue one, dispenser, is the dots, and the green one is
a dot that's
very strong.
repositionable.
Oh,
Well, it's
repositionable. Yes, thank you.
Yep.
And we carry all 3 of those. Okay, they loved this idea.
Well, thank you. I hope it wasn't too confusing.
Now we'll take pictures,
Okay.
and once you have, Chris made up a little cheat sheet here, and we will get that posted on the blog, so you will have it. So Janet says occasionally, great demo. Occasionally I get a buildup of dots on the Easy Runner, like a blob. It can cause your tape to get stuck, so I just take a piercing tool and clear it out.
Okay.
Easy fix. So, yes. And again, Chris will be back on Wednesday to show us how to make all of those fun cards, and then we will get her on the schedule to do the Kleenex box holders, which would be fun for the holidays too.
Right, yeah.
Okay, they
Something different.
are thanking you.
Well, thank you for staying with me.
Yes. Okay, I think we've got every question. Sorry if I didn't see all your questions, and there's a lot of comments and stuff, and again, I don't see them all, but they loved the video.
Well, thanks. If you have I'm here all day today, so if you have a question concerning this, give me a call.
Okay. Yeah, they loved the samples. Okay, you're welcome, everybody. Tomorrow, I have no idea.
I don't know either.
Sorry. I do not know what is tomorrow, but Chris is back Wednesday, but it's probably on the calendar, so we will see you then. Again, if you think you want to do Merrymakers, we are taking sign-ups for that now. And have a great Monday.